Let's get right into this report. Now, according to Koimway, Avengers Doomsday runtime reported is going to be longer than Endgame. And with a cast this big, I think it just makes perfect sense to have a movie almost 4 hours long. Now, there's arguments out there where people's attention spans aren't the same like they were back in 2019. That's a fair criticism. All that being said, I think if you focus on the quality with this many people involved and you can just get out there and entertain the fans, have an intermission, the fans will show up. They'll get their sodas, they'll get it refilled, they'll get more popcorn. And I think this movie, if you do the right things and you don't try to cut corners and take shortcuts and you fit it all in, I think it'd be great. And then if you want to release a director's cut that's 6 hours long, hey, put that out there as well. I think it's fine. You've had movies like The Ten Commandments, that was a very long movie. Ben-Hur comes to mind as well. With all that being said, I understand it's been 7 years of ups and downs in Marvel. Some slop, some good hits. And I know they're trying to just move on from that and start from Endgame and on with Doctor Doom. So you have this big list of characters who are going to need some screen time. And I don't think you could fit all that in a 2.5 hour movie. So if you go close to the 4 hour mark, and again, this is not confirmed right now. These are just reports going around, and there's other graphics they made and saying, oh, this could be 3 hours and 45 minutes. We shall see. But I don't think it's a bad idea to have a movie this long, given the ups and downs of Marvel these past 7 years, because you've turned away some fans. People have walked away because of the choices Disney Marvel has made with these characters. And you're bringing back Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth, and the other OGs in the X-Men. That last trailer from X-Men looked really tough. And there's another, I'm not going to show the trailer for the next one they're going to drop next week for copyright reasons. But with all that being said, if you're going to get people to come to the theaters in December, keep dropping trailers. I did see a recent video from Cosmic Wonder stating that 4 new trailers are coming out. So that would be 8 trailers. And then you have the trailer in the Super Bowl. You got to build up the hype. You can't just go from, okay, we have all these trailers and content, and we're not going to give you anything for the next 6 months. Not a good idea, because remember, when you have Endgame, there was a buildup towards that moment. With Infinity War, it's the same thing. We knew Thanos was coming. There's no buildup right now. And the trailers are a good way to help speed up that process. And I think if you can extend the runtime, because you can't show everything in the trailers, right? But I think the longer it is, the better. And if you give the fans a break and intermission, say, hey, take a 15-minute, they'll come back. And if it's a good movie, this movie is going to make $3 billion. It's going to surpass expectations. However, Avengers Doomsday just has to do a good job hyping up the fans and keeping them interested. Because if there's like a gap in the summertime, not enough content for trailers to pique people's interest, then it might not live up to the hype, only because some fans are not sure, they don't trust Disney anymore, and they've ruined things for them. But I would like a long run time. I know it's a long time in theaters. However, the more I think about the casting and the amount of screen time they're going to need, I just think it's a good idea to make it a 4 hour movie. Tell a great story and then give us a director's cut of 6 hours. I don't care. I'll watch it. I'll take my breaks, but it is what it is. Like, I want to see Marvel and Disney get back on track. I'm not the type of person who just hates on Disney and Marvel and says, oh, it's just going to always be a flop. No, I want to see them do a good job. And I'm looking forward to this movie. And I've been watching comic book films and TV shows since the 90s. So watch a lot of this stuff. And as long as they can get out there and keep building up the hype, and I know there's a lot of marketing costs in this, it's probably gonna be a very expensive movie. I've heard between 500, $700 million for production. I've heard $1 billion of how much it's gonna cost. All I know is they're gonna make some money. And I don't think 1.5 billion will be enough. They're going to need more than that. That's why I think they can make $2 billion based on what I've seen so far with the trailers. And I understand folks have complained about female representation. It's like, okay, I understand the backlash from the X-Men characters, but I think what happened there was Halle Berry just didn't want to sign on. Maybe she'll come back for Secret Wars. I don't know. Or maybe you have Jean Grey come back, who I think was Famke Janssen, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she played in as the Jean Grey. So maybe she'll come back in the Secret Wars. I don't know. Or maybe they're just hiding some of these characters they don't want to tell you about. We don't know. There's a lot to be revealed, But let's just see how this all plays out. I don't want to just say, "Oh yeah, cut it down," and it's not the best idea. I think it could work if they do things correctly and they don't take any shortcuts. Because I think if you cut some screen time, it's like I would like to see a scene extended. And yeah, it does make the movie longer, but if it fits well with the story, just let it happen. And I think if it gets a good word of mouth, then it will continue to make good money and profit, and then we can go to Secret Wars and look forward to good Marvel again. But we shall see. I'd love to hear your thoughts about these reports going around that Doomsday is expected to be longer than Endgame. Would you want a 4-hour movie, or are you like against it? I'd love to hear your opinions. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.